Okay, man ranks World Cup 2022 home kits in a Brazil shirt, 94 to 96. They won stuff in this. It's iconic. Brazil. You're English. Why are you wearing that? I'll pipe down. I'm old now. Do what I want. Yes, earlier on this season we did Premier League, Championship, League 1, League 2 kits, didn't we? Didn't do away though because we didn't get the likes. But I can guarantee you we will be doing some away kits later on in the week. World Cup is almost upon us. I'll be honest, it hasn't hit me yet. I'm not too excited. I'm kind of disappointed it's interrupting the season if I'm being honest. However, a lot of the EFL continues. Non-league football continues. So I guarantee you I'll be at those games during then. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, yeah. But yeah, in this one, we're not going to rank the kits. This is the World Cup. It's a knockout competition. Obviously, we've got the groups to start. We're going to do a World Cup knockout. Stick them in their groups. See who qualifies. Whack them in the last 16, the quarters, the semis, and of course, see who ends up in the final. And then, and only then, people, we will have your one true winner. The best home shirt for the World Cup 2022. I've seen a few. Let's see who ends up at the top. But first of all, we're going to start in Group A. The home nation, of course, Qatar. It's just a plain red shirt. I feel like there is some texture there. Centralized badge, Brave. This one produced by Nike on Nike. And there is a hint of white in the trim as well there. I mean, it's okay. It's not offensive. It will do. Next up, we've got Ecuador's shirt. Marathon is the producer of this. I quite like their badge. But I'm not really getting much more from this kit. It's just a plain yellow shirt. Bit of trim on the shoulders, down the sides. But nothing going on. So at the moment, Qatar is beating that one. Senegal. Okay, the Puma kits. I've had a moan about these. And now I'm looking at them again. I'm kind of getting used to them. The ones that we were presented with originally had no number. And they did look a little bit plain. The ones I'm looking at here, Sadio Mane, who I think is actually out for the World Cup, which is terrible for him and Senegal, of course, and all of us. We want to see Sadio Mane ripping it up, don't we? Yeah, not there. Injured. But this particular shirt, I think this is the best of the Puma range. Obviously, you've got the flag colours through the centre. You got it on the trim as well. I actually think this is all right shirt. It definitely beats Ecuador's, and I think it actually beats Qatar's as well. So at the moment, they're top. Finally, we've got Netherlands, probably the favourites in this group, and oof, they've gone from the Dutch orange to a slightly lighter colour, maybe amber, if you like. It's not got a lot going on, but it has. The sublimation in there is created like a texture throughout. I'm liking the black badge with the orange line coming through. Yeah, it's a classy kit. I think that tops the group. So here we go. Group A looks like this. Netherlands, Senegal, Qatar, and Ecuador. We'll see Netherlands and Senegal in the last 16. Group B, England. It's not my favourite England shirt at all. I think because it's just like very sudden. Obviously, they've got some fading going on. If they'd have just faded it down into white, maybe that would have worked better. But I'm not totally convinced by this. But could this be the shirt that England brings home the World Cup in? It's coming home. Next up, we've got Iran. The producer of this is Majad. Never heard of him. This feels very USA 94, and I should be all over it, but for some reason, I'm not liking it. I feel like if some guy was about to set up a pizza shop, this would be the branding for it. I don't know. They've got this sublimation at the top, but then it goes at the bottom. The green slash, I mean, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. Just for me, it's just not doing it. So at the moment, England is actually beating around in this. USA! I think England might actually go through in this group because the other teams are worse. This feels very training top-ish. Obviously, centralised badge I do like, but I just don't think like there's enough going on here. This little blue bit, there's nothing on the shoulders, and then you've got this other bit here. It's just, yeah, not doing it for me, USA. You can do better than that. Finally, we've got Wales. This is the first Adidas number we've seen. I actually really like the Adidas logo on this. Minimal. Nice texture going throughout as well. I think this could top the group. I think Wales have just topped the group. So to confirm, Group B looks like this. It's Wales, England, USA, and Iran. The home nations make it through to the last 16. On to Group C, where we start with Argentina. That is a kit. I really like that. It's going to be Messi's final World Cup. Is he going to win the World Cup 2022 home kit rankings here on the Smiv channel? We will wait and see, but this is a strong kit. I actually think, looking back at some of the Argentina kits over the years, this is probably my favourite. This is really nice. It's the dark trim that really sets it alight. This could be a winner. I almost don't need to look at the other teams. I think this one definitely goes through straight away. But of course, we do need to find out who else is in the group. Oof! Saudi Arabia have gone and pulled it out of the bag, haven't they? Producing this jazzy number. The food shop came earlier. This actually looks like the spring greens we got delivered. And I do like spring greens, believe it or not. Green's also my favourite colour, and I do like this. I don't think it beats Argentina, though. But we might already have a first and second. Group C is very strong at the moment. As we move on to Mexico, I mean, quite a strong kit. That minimal Adidas logo again. There's some bits and pieces going on. Maybe the red at the top does get a little bit lost within the green. What I've got to look at here is it as strong as Argentina's? No. Is it as strong as Saudi Arabia's? Green versus green. I actually think Saudi Arabia wins that one. Okay. But still, very strong group for Group C. Finally, it's just plain white Poland, isn't it? We've got this design going on, very similar to the England one, but it's even more plain. Lewandowski could go missing in this one. I mean, what if they had that design all the way through? It might have worked better. But unfortunately for me, this is the worst in the group. So to confirm, Group C, we've got Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and then Poland. Group D, we start with the reigning champions. It's France. Are they reigning champions? I'm sure it's France. Yeah, it's France. Some will say plain, add a bit of gold on it, it adds class to it. Quite like the Grandad collar with the button up there, that's cool. Yep, strong contender there from France. Moving on, we've got Australia. Another Nike design. It almost looks like the top part on the sleeves, they've gone for kind of like a giraffe design, but it's not like obvious giraffe, it's subtle giraffe. And then we've gone with a completely different sort of wash on the main bit. I'm actually not a fan of the badge either, sorry Australia. Yeah, not really doing it for me. They've tried. It's just not doing it. That then brings us on to Christian Eriksen's Denmark. Now, this shirt, as you look at it, is quite a plain red, but there's a reason for it. Hummel produced this kit, and they wanted to make a bit of a protest. I read what they wrote here. At Hummel, we believe that sport should bring people together, and when it doesn't, we're eager to speak up and make a statement. That's why the new Denmark jerseys for the upcoming World Cup have been designed as a protest against Qatar and its human rights record. We don't wish to be visible during a tournament that has cost thousands of people their lives. I mean, it is a nice gesture. We're here to literally look at the shirt, though, and for me, Hummel shines because of those chevrons, and they are there just. What I would say is it's better than Australia's shirt. So the only team that can stop them from going on to the last 16 is this lot here, Tunisia. Also a red shirt, but a bit more visible. If I am comparing the two red shirts, I actually would say Denmark's looks better. Even though there's a little bit more going on. Yeah, I think Denmark wins that one. So, Group D looks like this. France, Denmark, Tunisia, Australia. Sorry, you're out of here. We're flying through this. Next up is Group E, Spain. I feel like I've seen this shirt before. Red, yellow, blue. It's nice. I don't think it's going to win the tournament, but can it win the group? Well, they're up against Costa Rica to start. New Balance have produced this one, and it's fairly basic. So, for me, Spain definitely wins that head-to-head. You've got this chunky blue trim here, and that's kind of all that's going on, really, for me. Spain above Costa Rica, but Germany. And okay, that's really nice. Centralized badge, white with... It kind of looks brown in this photo, but I guess it is black. You've got that minimal Adidas badge in the middle. You've got the 4 stars and the German badge there too. I rate this kit. You've even got a hint of the German flag in the trim of the collar as well. That is classy. I like that a lot. That's the winner for me so far. Then Spain, then Costa Rica. But can Japan pull it out of the bag? It's between Spain and Japan here. I think Japan actually edges it. A bit more uniform. The blue and the white, that's all they need. Then they've got the badge as well. Yeah, that's definitely a qualifier. So to confirm, Group E standings, Germany, Japan, Spain, and then Costa Rica. Ta-da. Group F, we start with Adidas and Belgium. I don't really like this kit. Some people might be like, it's fire. I mean, is that fire on the sleeves? I don't know. I'm not completely won over by this. There's been better Belgium shirts. But as we move on to Canada with their basic Nike template, you're going to have to say Belgium's is better. Those sleeves we've seen before. I'm pretty sure Pompey rocked them on their blue kit. It's not, I'm not wowed. I'm sorry, Canada. We then move on to Morocco with this red number, green trim, this green stripe. They've got a centralized Puma badge, and then they've got the badge next to it, but there's nothing going on here. It doesn't do it for me. This is a Puma fail. I think we move on from this pretty quickly. So as it stands, Belgium are top. I think Morocco beats Canada, to be fair. And then we have to complete the group with Croatia. Not many things beats the white and red checks of Croatia. Look at Luka there. Yeah, I'm digging this one. Again, a centralized badge from Nike. I think this is definitely the clear winner for me. Belgium with a kit I wasn't too convinced about goes in second, followed by Morocco and then Canada. We're nearing the end of the group stages. We've got Group G and Group H to go. Start with Group G. We've got Brazil. It's not this number, but it's that number. I think it's okay. It's definitely not going to win the tournament for me. Look at all the stars around the badge, though. Well, let's see what their competition is. We've got Serbia, and they've come to town with a red shirt with gold trim, gold Puma logo, and a red badge. It's basic. And it doesn't beat Brazil's. But I do think, watch out for Serbia in this tournament. I think they could be dark horses. Next up, we've got Switzerland. Another red number. Puma again. I feel like Puma have just said, right, this is a design of a shirt. Switzerland can have this one. Serbia can have this one. And so on and so forth. It just feels pretty random. I mean, as far as the Puma shirts go, it's not the worst. I think that definitely beats Serbia. Doesn't beat Brazil. Which means we finally get to look at Cameroon's. Well, I don't think you can beat the old 2002 vest, can you? Is it better than Serbia's? Yes. Is it better than Switzerland? Yes. This was a poor group, really. It goes Brazil, Cameroon, Switzerland, Serbia. All right, finally, Group H. Portugal to start. This looks like a fake kit to me, but it's not. It's genuine. The genuine article. Ronaldo, like Messi, going to be his last World Cup. Will this be a kit he looks back fondly on? I'm not too sure on this kit. Let's see what the rest of the group says. Another Puma kit. This time Ghana. It's a white kit with a bit of trim. I guess this is why Senegal's one was that much better, because it had something there. This is just a star in the middle on the badge, and yeah. Not really feeling it, so Portugal beat them there. Another Puma kit. We've got Uruguay. Oh, dear. This is a very poor group as well. Well, I think Uruguay beats Ghana, but it doesn't beat Portugal. Portugal going through, I think. And then we finally look at sunny South Korea. Black and red. Quite simply. Little collar. Somehow I don't think it beats Portugal's, though. Which is really interesting, because I didn't like Portugal's. Group H looks like this. It's Portugal, South Korea, Uruguay, and then Ghana. Now, before it gets hairy, a word from the sponsor of this video. It's Manscaped. I have to say, it's never too late to put on the holiday music. And of course, start thinking about gifts too. So whether it's for a friend or your mate downstairs, you can make this a season to be jolly with Manscaped. You can look nice and get naughty by heading over to manscaped.com and using my code SMIV20 to get 20% off plus free shipping. So this Christmas, we're going to be looking at the Platinum package, which has each item from the Performers package plus Ultra Premium Body Wash, your Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. And don't forget your Ultra Premium deodorant. It's the best way to smell fresh from your Santa hat to your candy cane. So of course, we've got the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, which which both feature advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate presence. Plus, both are waterproof, so there's no issues about cleaning the snow off your driveway. And of course, now that you've groomed your candy cane, it's time to make sure that you don't smell like a reindeer. With the Platinum Package's shower products. All of Manscaped's shower gear is sulfate-free, vegan-free, and made to have your skin feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. But smelling good doesn't stop at the shower. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Ball Toner. Oh, this can solve your stank problems all day long. Once they hit the sack, you'll never go back, trust me. The Platinum Package 4.0 sitting under the tree will guarantee to put anyone in the holiday spirit. And for the perfect stocking stuffer, add the brand new Body Buffer, which is an incredible body scrubber that makes exfoliating easy and a lot cleaner than that old loofah. To take advantage of this offer, head over to manscaped.com to get 20% off plus free shipping when you use my code SMIV20. That's manscaped.com, SMIV20 for 20% off and free shipping. Enjoy. Okay, we're into the last 16. A knockout stage. We haven't seen this in kit racking videos, have we? Unless someone has done it and I haven't seen it. But yeah, well, I feel like I'm being quite unique here. We're using the World Cup structure to decide which kit is the best. And going into the last 16, the first game is top of Group A versus second in Group B. And that, my friends, was Netherlands versus England. Looking at them both on the screen now, you have to say, in terms of looks, it has to be Netherlands. It has to be. Feel free to disagree, but I just can't see past Netherlands when these two kits match up. The next game is first in Group C versus second in Group D. That's Argentina versus Denmark. The Denmark kit was a great protest piece, but overall we're looking at looks, and for me, Argentina wins this one every single time. I think you have to agree, don't you? Moving on, it's top of Group E versus second in Group F. That gives us a matchup between Germany and Belgium. I wasn't a fan of Belgium, but they got through, didn't they? Germany wins this one all day long. And then finally, on this side of the draw, it's first in Group G versus second in Group H, which is Brazil versus South Korea. Wasn't overly keen on either of these kits. I mean, they're okay. I'd normally say you can't beat a Brazilian kit, but in this case, I think South Korea's maybe just edges it. I do like a two colorway kit, the red and the black, and seeing Sunny there as well, maybe just edges it. So yeah, South Korea go through to the quarterfinals. Now, there is another side of the draw, and it starts with a game between top of Group B versus second in Group A, which in our case happens to be Wales versus Senegal. Senegal did well to get through, didn't they? But they don't beat Wales in this case, or at least when it comes to kits. Wales are through to the next round. Then we've got first in Group D versus second in Group C. It's France versus Saudi Arabia. Now this one, it's class versus jazz. If it were a game of football, I'm fairly certain France would win. But in this case, with kits, I think Saudi Arabia wins. I think they do. I'm going to have to go with Saudi Arabia. Moving on, we've got first in Group F versus second in Group E. Croatia versus Japan. Now, this is a tough one. We've got Czechs versus Lions all over the show. Now, I do like the Croatia kit, but that Adidas logo is strong on the Japan kit. Do you know what? This is probably the toughest matchup. I'm going to lean towards Japan in this one, but Croatia's kit is a nice one. Japan are through. Finally, in the last 16, we've got first in Group H versus second in Group G. This matchup gives us Portugal versus Cameroon. Two kits I wasn't keen on at all. So the winner of this one is cruising through the tournament. They've had an easy run, and I have to say Portugal here because the Cameroon one, yeah, not great. Okay, quarterfinals. So I'm just looking at the structure now. It's the winner of 1 and 2 play each other, 3 and 4 play each other, 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8. So our first quarterfinal gives us Netherlands versus Argentina. Two very strong kits. We just spoke about Croatia versus Japan. We now have a very tough decision on our hands between Netherlands and Argentina. I do like the Dutch kit. I do, but I think Argentina shines through here. I think Adidas kits are very, very strong this year. It's going to be Argentina for me. Next up in the second quarterfinal game, we've got Germany versus South Korea. There's only one winner here. Once again, the Adidas wins. Germany. For me, lovely kit that. Game 4 of the quarterfinals, we've got Wales versus Saudi Arabia. And again, we've got an Adidas versus Nike matchup. But just because it's a little bit different, I think Saudi Arabia wins this one for Nike. Yeah, they're going through. And then finally, we've got Japan versus Portugal. I wasn't keen on Portugal. Japan rocking the Adidas. It's Japan. Which brings us to the semi-finals. We're cruising through this now. Semi-finals look like this. It's Argentina versus Germany. Whew. Two big blockbuster Adidas kits here. What do you prefer? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Strangely, I think the trim of the Argentine kit really sets it off for me. But the gold coming through on the Germany kit. I think these two could have been a final. And it would have been a tough final. What do I prefer? Ladies and gentlemen, I really like that Germany kit. But I think Argentina wins it. Yeah, we're going Argentina. And that leaves the other semi-final now. It's Saudi Arabia versus Japan. And it's Jazz versus Jazz here. Nike versus Adidas. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? My head says Japan. My heart says Saudi Arabia. I'll go with my heart. Saudi Arabia have reached the World Cup final of kits on Smiv channel. And so the final matchup is this. It's Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. Not necessarily the two strongest kits in the competition. I think one of them definitely is. We might have knocked out some stronger ones on the way, but that's just part of the World Cup, isn't it? My favourite colour is green. It really is. But that doesn't mean to say that Saudi Arabia wins this, because I think you can tell that Argentina for me is the one. I think that is the best kit for the World Cup. So congratulations, Argentina. I might actually get this myself. And you know what? We're going to do a giveaway. You say, Smiv, my favourite home kit in the World Cup is. Also, make sure you subscribe and drop a like, and I'll select one of your comments randomly. Yeah, this was good. I'll be back very, very soon with an away kit version. I think there's some very strong ones in there. Will Argentina be there again? It's quite a nice kit. It's quite a nice kit. Or will Saudi Arabia take them down? Who knows? I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.